Welcome to the ERwin Data Modeler R8 video on Workplace Overview. During this video, we will visit several new features and functionalities of the R8 Workplace. Starting with the R8 Toolbars menu found under the View menu item, you will see several new toolbars. When you first start ERwin Data Modeler R8, some of these toolbars may be enabled and others disabled. Under the same View menu item, there is now a Windows menu that allows you to enable or disable various window panes. 3 of these panes you are familiar with from the R7 product. 2 of these window panes, the Overview window pane, sometimes referred to as the Bird's Eye Navigation window, and the Bulk Editor window pane, are new in R8. Under the Tools menu item, you'll find several new items related to Crystal Reports integration and reporting. One item deals with Crystal Reports Developer and its integration directly from within the ERwin Data Modeler environment. Another item will allow you to run predefined reports, which you can add to as you use the ERwin Data Modeler product and create your own. An MRU, or most recently used list of reports, work group collaboration reports, which are active if you are running ERwin Data Modeler Workgroup Edition, and a menu item to generate a current diagram picture to the location of your choice, whether that be on a local drive or on a network drive for sharing with others. On the same Tools menu, there is also a Customize Spell Checker menu item, which allows you to customize the operation of the new spell checker item that we use for large textual fields, such as notes, comments, and definitions. Moving to toolbar personalization or customization, you'll note that there are several drop-down menus associated with the toolbars, each toolbar having one and highlighted here on this diagram. When you click that item, it will reveal a menu entitled Add or Remove Buttons. This menu allows you to select the specific toolbar you wish to modify, and then will display the specific tools associated with that toolbar so that you may enable or disable any specific tool. There is also a Reset Toolbar button that will allow you to reset all default tools for chosen toolbar. If you click on the Customize button, you will then have your selection from 4 different menu dialogues that allow you to create your own customized toolbars. Custom toolbars can consist of tools from any one of the default toolbars or menu items. In addition, you have the ability to define your own shortcut keystrokes, as well as to identify how you wish the toolbars themselves to work. ERwin Data Modeler R8 allows users to customize the look and feel of their frame window and to really manage it in such a way that they are most efficient when working within the tool. That is, you see the tools that you need to see because those are the ones you use, but other tools just aren't there. They don't add to the clutter. Moving our attention to annotations and drawing objects, there are 2 specific differences between these objects. One is, although they both can contain text, annotation objects are global model objects. That is, an object that can be included on any diagram within the entire model, whereas drawing objects are local to a specific diagram, the one on which it's created. That is to say, drawing objects are not persisted, annotation objects are persisted. The second difference is that because of the persistent nature of an annotation object, it requires additional memory when used. So modelers should be aware of this fact and only use annotation objects when you need to persist an object across multiple diagrams. A connector drawing object is brand new in R8, and a connector allows you to actually connect one annotation or drawing object to another annotation or drawing object, or to a table/entity or view or materialized view. This allows you to actually move objects around on your diagram, and yet they will remain connected. This is in contrast to using a drawing line to connect objects, and when objects were moved, lines had to be redrawn. On the lower right-hand side of the new frame window, you'll see a zoom tool. And this is actually very similar to the zoom tool found in many applications, including Microsoft Office. This zoom tool consists of really two components, a percentage area, which on my diagram is shaded, and a slider area to the right of that. In the slider area, you'll notice there's a plus and minus sign, which if clicked upon will zoom in and zoom out in nice even steps. In addition, in between the plus and minus sign is a slider tool that if clicked can then be slid right or left to smoothly zoom your diagram to any zoom level. If you click on the shaded percentage area of the zoom tool, a secondary pop-up will appear with predefined zoom levels that you can select and immediately go to that zoom level. Let's take a look at on-demand UI components, something that's brand new in ERwin Data Modeler R8. An on-demand UI component consists of the window panes that we talked about earlier that are docked and hidden. R8 allows modelers to determine whether or not their window panes should always be visible within their frame window or should be hidden. And this is a far cry from R7 where window panes were always visible. The problem with window panes being visible is that they take away from the area from which a modeler can visualize his model. And that space is very critical in large, complex models. So to provide modelers with the maximum amount of visualization space possible, we have converted all of our window panes into an on-demand UI component. My window panes on this diagram are all hidden. You'll notice that on the right-hand side of my frame window, I see the action log and the advisories log. On the lower left-hand side is my bulk editor and overview window. And my Model Explorer is actually docked and hidden in the upper left, although right now it is being displayed because all a modeler needs to do is move their cursor over one of these tabs and the on-demand UI component will appear. When you are done working within that window pane itself, you simply move your cursor away from the window pane and it will again auto-hide. This really is a benefit because it allows modelers to visualize as much of the model as possible in a full screen mode. On-demand UI components that are not docked are referred to as floating window panes. Here I have undocked both the bulk editor and my bird's eye navigation overview windows. What's key about a floating window pane is that they can be moved into a secondary monitor if one exists and be left open at all times so that you can work on the secondary monitor while still retaining a full screen visualization of a complex model in your primary monitor. In order to dock a floating window, you simply need to click on the title bar and begin to move that window. When you do so, docking hotspots will appear on your diagram, and you simply move the window pane to the appropriate hotspot, as I've done, and you will see a shadow appear indicating where the window itself will be docked. If you're happy with that location, you simply release your mouse button and the window then becomes a docked window. In order to convert a docked window pane into a on-demand UI component, you click on the pushpin icon highlighted here. Hopefully you found this information helpful, and thank you for watching this video.